Here's my ranking of every Marvel movie that we've had since Endgame thus far. I'm willing to bet that there's never going to be a Marvel movie like Quantumania that was so bad it depressed me. One simple task, and that was to set up the next big bad in Kang, and it failed miserably. I know this movie has its fans, but honestly, there's so many bad story directions and character development that I hate in this movie. I hate how Wanda Maximoff gets the Daenerys Targaryen treatment. I hate that Doctor Strange is a secondary character in his own movie. I hate the multiverse gimmicks that are just used for fan service. They outrightly admitted that they put John Krasinski as Reed Richards in because the internet wanted it. Thor Love and Thunder, what a mess this movie is, especially after you read the God Butcher Omnibus and how much they botched that. What they needed was a director who could really dive into Norse mythology and make a grand sci-fi epic fantasy movie that was dark and gritty, but they instead brought back Taika Waititi and made him do Ragnarok on steroids, and it became a parody of MCU humour. Eternals is just useless in every sense, and the fact that Marvel doesn't have any interest to revisit this really speaks volumes. I don't hate the Marvels, there's a charm to it, especially in how the trio work off each other, but you can really tell this movie was botched in production and it just flies by and you don't remember a single thing about it. Black Widow, a decade and a half too late and came out after Natasha Romanoff died, and you really feel its redundancy. But I do appreciate that it was trying to be more of a spy espionage and it did give us Yelena. I appreciate this movie was at least trying to replicate that Winter Soldier feel, where it wasn't trying to push in cringeworthy humour, but it is still Winter Soldier again, but a lesser version. Not feeling the Thunderbolts love, guys. I mean, there's some promise of freshness, but it's overall a movie that's bogged down by way too much characters and storylines and MCU tendencies that they have to squeeze in. Shang-Chi, a very fine, passable movie that does its job very serviceably. Spider-Man Far From Home, I don't get the internet's hatred towards this movie over the years because I do think there's a charm to it. Wakanda Forever really had to deal with the tragedy of Chadwick Boseman's passing, and I think they did a very good job under the circumstances. The only thing I can knock No Way Home for is that the setup with the spell that incurs the whole set of events is so dumb and forced. That aside, this movie is a blast and it's very Spider-Man-esque. Deadpool and Wolverine was everything I wanted from a collaboration with Deadpool and especially Wolverine. It was great seeing Hugh Jackman back. This is the most I've liked Deadpool. It's a beautiful love letter to the Fox era. But Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the best. Something so bright and colourful but also heartfelt and even gut-wrenching on it. I love Rocket Raccoon. He's my favourite MCU character of all time.